Long ago that the world hadn't even heard of Islamic State or ISIS, but this past week, US-led airstrikes against the extremist fanatical group confirmed its status as the new global terrorist threat. ISIS controls a vast swathe of territory across Iraq and Syria, and its influence seems to reach well beyond the Middle East. Last Tuesday night, a Melbourne teenager was shot dead after stabbing two police officers who wanted to question him over alleged threats against the Prime Minister. The week prior, counter-terrorism police conducted the biggest ever raids in Australia after intercepting plans of a local ISIS member to kidnap and publicly behead a random victim. And so the world, including Australia, is rallying to help in the fight against ISIS. But on the ground, it's a war fought largely by the Kurdish people of northern Syria and Iraq. And within their ranks is a brave and unique force of women, the Kurdish female freedom fighters. These mothers, wives and daughters are highly trained, committed and absolutely fearless. We're under attack. The heavy guns of ISIS are just a few hundred metres away. Is there any chance that ISIS could break through to here? But the Kurdish women warriors are fighting like fury.
ISIS is not a threat to a single nation. It's a threat to all humanity. It's like a disease, like cancer spreading everywhere.
The women show no mercy because they know they can expect none from ISIS.
They say if we are killed by the hand of the man, we will go to the heaven. But if we are killed by the hand of the woman, we will not go to the heaven.
They won't get to heaven and they won't get their virgins.
Yeah.
This is the front line in a war for the survival of an entire people. The female fighters have pushed forward here, but the empty and gutted villages around us bear witness to genocide by ISIS. How responsible do you feel for all the young women who you command?
My first responsibility as a female commander is to prove women anywhere can have a will and a reason to exist.
Opposing the evil of ISIS are those with the most to lose, ultimate feminists like Commander Nesrin, who've won their independence in northern Syria. So this point here, how dangerous is it, where we are right now?
This is a very dangerous point because the enemy is very close to us and they can attack us. Not just by light weapons, but also by heavy weapons and tanks if they wish. That is why we are vigilant here.
We're in Kurdish territory which straddles Syria and Iraq. While the official Iraqi army has fled ISIS in major cities like Mosul, the Kurds have defended themselves, frustrating ISIS and its push for a caliphate, its own extreme state. ISIS has declared it wants to impose its barbaric brand of Islam throughout Syria, Iraq, and even into Jordan and Lebanon. Are they a terrifying enemy?
It's not a personal fear that we have, but it's fear for our society and culture. That's our fear, because we know their goal is not a humane goal. That's why we fight hard.
ISIS is a horrifyingly effective new form of terrorism, combining the fanaticism of suicidal jihadists with the skills of former Iraqi military officers and soldiers, all marching under the same black flag, promising to convert or kill all who stand against them.
This is James Wright Foley, an American citizen of your country.
ISIS trumpets its pitiless tactics and shocking cruelty, like the beheading of Western journalist James Foley and others.
So any attempt by you, Obama, will result in the bloodshed of your people.
And while its dreadful acts have appalled the world, ISIS has also appealed to foreign fanatics who've joined its ranks, like Australian citizens Muhammad Ali Barialeh, Khalid Sharif and Muhammad Elamar.
What we hope from all the world to help us to fighting this terrorism movement, because not only dangerous on us, it's dangerous on all the world.
One of 4 daughters, Judy Ossie, dreams of becoming an economist in Syrian Kurdistan. Instead, she's joined the ranks of the Kurdish People's Protection Unit, known as the YPJ, to fight with her sisters in arms against an enemy that routinely rapes the women it captures before butchering them or selling them into slavery. Why is it important for women to join this fight against ISIS?
I say no difference for between female and male. For us, both of them can join with each other to fighting against ISIS. Because now we live in a dangerous situation here. The ISIS come to our area, destroyed everything and damage everything, kill the children, kidnap the women, and make everything bad in the region.
The Kurdish forces are seen as the world's great hope against ISIS, and the women warriors of the YPJ are acclaimed as some of the bravest and most committed amongst them. Who are the better fighters?
So many times our victories have been won by women. They even motivate the men to be stronger and tougher fighters. In every fight, women prove their true strength and ability. They prove that it's a lie that women cannot fight.
Six months ago, this village was the scene of bitter, often close combat fighting between the YPJ and ISIS.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The all-woman unit took the village back at the loss of 2 of their own. So this is where the battle was?
That's where ISIS was. We had a big fight to take ISIS out. We lost martyrs here because ISIS did not stop fighting easily before we took control of the village.
Since then, the fighters here have beaten back ISIS attacks. They vow they're here to stay.
We can say we are fighting by our will, but ISIS, they are fighting by their weapons. I think the will is more stronger than weapon.
It's a powerful bond of blood and gender. Most are barely into their 20s. All know that every night could be their last. We see such young women training to be fighters on the front line. Wouldn't it be better that they be talking about boyfriends and going to parties, going to university? Wouldn't that be a better future for them?
We are not lover of the weapon. We are not lover of the fighting. We are not lover of the killing. All of us wanted to live a safe life, to go to to complete our studies and have a boyfriend or like this. But now, as I say, we live in emergency situation.
There's no doubt this is an ever-changing front line, but this trench marks multiple victories for the Kurdish fighters. The ISIS positions are just 1 kilometre that way, and every day there are attacks as they try to fight their way back. But having experienced the full horror of ISIS, the Kurdish fighters are determined not only to hold this line, but to push ISIS out completely. Commander Nesrin also has male fighters under her lead, manning the 20-kilometre-long front line here.
The trench here works as a frontier or a line between us and them.
It's eerie looking out over this war zone and knowing those responsible for so much suffering are so close. And as far as the eye can see, villages are deserted. The people who lived here were either killed or have fled the ISIS onslaught.
They capture the girls from the areas they control and say that they own them and can now use them because they are war trophies.
Is it a sweeter victory when women kill men who think that of women?
For us, when some princes of ISIS killed by the hand of women, for us we are so proud because this woman can kill enemy of the humanity.
And women's rights.
Yeah, women have right to save herself and protect herself. When we have fighting, one side should to kill another side. If you don't kill the side opposite to you, he will kill you.